this is just really not. This is like a. I've seen this show before. I know how to dance.
You think she comes back, or you think just the show's gonna be fine even if she doesn't?
It's gonna be fine. It's totally gonna be fine. Kim is like definitely entertaining, but she's not the whole part of the show.
She used to, and that's why I watched from the beginning. I watch sparingly now. I get a lot of my fill from Felicia on the show. But Kim had a bigger role in the beginning of the show. She was like a really big, essential character, and her friendship with Nene and the drama with those two carried the day with the show. But now these other personalities, Kenya most notably is joining this show, and there's absolutely no need.
Kenya and Nene, they're in the gifts, they're in the memes. They've like raised their profile so big for people that don't even watch the show. So I think the show can survive without her, but let's be honest, the money talks.
But, I think she'll be back. If she needs the money, she'll be back. But she got her husband.
She's got her own show. Don't be tardy.
Right, yeah,
so
exactly.
The money should be
she has
fine.
a beautiful singing career because she can sing so well. Have you heard her? Her voice is just like magical.
That's sarcasm, everybody. Just for those out there who are wondering what Eric is
I love her wigs, though. I love a good wig.
I'm going to take your word for it. I have not heard her yet. But
Tardy for the party?
I haven't heard that yet.
You haven't heard that one? That's what gave the name of the show.
She should be at Coachella as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, Lord. So I learned something interesting about Real Housewives.
What's that?
One of the big reasons they get kicked off the show is when they're ostracized completely, because for filming purposes, they have to be friends with at least one of the other cast members. So like, for instance, on Beverly Hills, Brandy got kicked off once she cut ties with Yolanda because she had 0 friends left. So I think Nene was Kim's only tie. Now that Nene and her are fighting, it's over.
And
good insight.
To Kim's credit, because what kind of developed overnight, or late last night, Kim went to Instagram and I think Twitter as well and kind of posted like, Nene, I'm done with the drama. We're grown women. You've done some things that were regrettable, but I regret that I took part in this. And Kim was trying to take the high road and say, hey, look, Nene, if you keep doing this, it's because you want to stay relevant. I'm over this stuff. I want to focus on the good in life. I don't need this negative energy. Nene's yet to respond, but I do think that's a good look from Kim because ultimately this thing got really, really ugly. It involved kids. It involved racist allegations. It just involved overall ugliness. And these are mothers. These are wives. These are business women. And
I love it all. No.
We are here for the drama.
No, we want the drama.
We just got done talking about Beyonce and empowering women, and these two cut each other
Get
down.
empowering women. That's good. No, I want them to fight. I want wigs flying off. I want people sleeping with each other's husbands.
Okay.
Like, I want a show.
She's my spirit animal right now.
They need to put me on
all
there.
about the drama.
Put me on Real Housewives.
There you go. She's going to be fighting and sleeping with people's husbands.
Yeah,
That's Erica Watson.
all day long.
All right, so over the weekend, there was some troubling news out of Philadelphia. This is a serious story right here. 2 black men were shown being arrested for no apparent reason other than they were just simply waiting for a friend to arrive at Starbucks. They didn't order anything, and someone called the police when they didn't leave. By all accounts, the men were not causing any sort of trouble, but they were arrested anyway. Of course, the CEO of Starbucks has since apologized, but is it too little too late?
Let me tell you something. This actually happened to me as well here in Chicago at a different coffee chain in Hyde Park. I won't say the name of it, but they accused me of, for one, being a crackhead. And this is actually this is true last year. And they asked me to leave. They called the police on me, and I was sitting in there on my little pink laptop working. The cops came and people in the store were like, do you all know who she is? Like, she's on TV in Chicago, but the management there was adamant about it. They wanted me gone. And I had bought things. Right. So this is real, and this does happen. And I did a viral video that went viral about this. And it's unfortunate that there are still places where these kind of things go on. This is real. This is not that they're making it up. Like, they were probably legitimately just sitting there. And if someone, when you are sitting or waiting while black, it can happen.
It's interesting you bring that up because I saw myself in those guys. I remember being a kid growing up in Cincinnati. I got kicked out of a toy store just browsing around. So now actively I have this anxiety just being myself. I don't want to show up to a place too early. I don't want to be sitting around too long.
Right.
I don't want to shop around and browse around a store because I'm going to get followed. There's just these anxieties there, and you don't really realize those anxieties until you see things like this, and it kind of like really hits home for you. To see that's heartbreaking, and I think that, yes, Starbucks, the employee made a big mistake, right? But I think the issue is more so a heart issue with the nation, the country. This is bigger than Starbucks. This is with people.
You know, you make a great point, and we're reading, and we're showing the apology from the CEO of Starbucks.
Right.
I mean, where's the police's stance on this? You have the police chief coming out saying the police did their job, did exactly what they're supposed to do. Really? You got to
black
handcuff
police
these guys
officer.
and embarrass them? Now, look, I get if you've been called, it's trespassing technically by the letter of the law. You can usher them out quietly. You don't need to handcuff these young black males. The optics of it clearly is that oppression that we've been grown so accustomed to. I mean, in all honesty, they're lucky to be living is a lot of what some people think
Yes.
is how
So
we've been
sad.
treated
Yeah.
these days. I just think it goes above and beyond. I mean, look, I think the police had to do a job because somebody at Starbucks went a little too far, but you don't need to handcuff these men and usher them out and take them to the police station.
Yeah, that was
It's overdoing
ridiculous.
it.
That was really overdoing it. But it makes me fearful, even as an African American. Even like if I'm out with the guy that I'm dating and something happens, I always feel like I have to protect him because if he says the wrong thing or makes the wrong move, who knows what will happen? And none of us should be in that position.
Amen.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting stuff. So we'll see how this thing develops. I think we might have heard the last of this, but unfortunately, we all know we'll be seeing more stories like this to come in the moving days. All right, well, not even the royal family can escape the recent explosion of Mary Jane. That's right, marijuana in pop culture. Turns out Meghan Markle's nephew works in the medical marijuana industry, which, by the way, is booming everywhere, but this one is in Oregon, and he's created a strain called Markle's Sparkle. No word on whether or not the future princess approves. Something tells me she's not going to be having a comment on this one, but it just goes to show you where Meghan Markle's life is now.
Can you say wedding gift,
Everybody's
though?
under the
Listen,
microscope.
if I smoke some Sparkle Markle or whatever it's called, will I get a prince? Is that what happens? Because the weed I smoke doesn't give me those results.
When you talk about a star rising,
I don't smoke weed, by the way. Brandon was like, Jordan was like, "Ooh, no, skip that."
No. I'll never censor anything at this desk. You already
Are
know
you
that.
kidding him?
Anything is,
Okay.
is fair game here,
Oh, gosh.
especially
Totally.
that. You know, for me, it's just what's most interesting is you're looking at a star in Meghan Markle who's like blown up. I can't think of any, like we talk about a Cardi B or this or that. This is on a global scale. I mean, Meghan has become a global star, and whatever that wedding date is, everyone's going to be watching in the middle of the night.
You know the wedding date.
I really don't. I'm not too big on this stuff.
Me either,
I'm trying
really.
to find a reason to care because it's definitely captured the nation's
Daniel.
attention.
It's like a real
But I'm
life
fascinated
Princess
with
Diaries,
her.
yeah.
I am very fascinated
But
with
what
her.
does
Why,
her
Jordan?
weed do? Like, what?
I think you know why.
I want to know what the Marco Sparkle does, though. Like,
You're really interested in the strain.
I'm really interested in this strain of weed. Like,
We're
this
supposed
is so
to be talking
interesting.
about Meghan more.
No, the sparkle. I want to hear about the sparkle.
Sounds like toilet paper.
We're
Yeah.
gonna try
It's like
and
a
get
brand of-
Erica some so that she can find herself a
I could just see somebody on 79th Street like, yo, I got that Sparkle Markle. I got that Sparkle.
It's gonna make its way, right?
It's a great name.
If you smoke it, you'll probably die. That sounds serious.
Whatever.
All right, well,
busted
we're not
con-
going to do that during this break.